You know what I should do? Hey, do you want to pod with me? I have a whole mic you could use.
Thank you though.
You don't want to pod with me?
No.
No?
No.
She's banging it all the way out. Alright, I'm getting going. Check, check. Yo, yo. Welcome to Shooting the Shit Podcast, STS Podcast. Chopping it with NOB. Thanks for chopping it with me. I'm your host, NOB. Man, what's new, man? What's happening? What's happening? Hope everybody had a blessed day. God first, family second. Everything else falls into place. I'm speaking to the mic a little better there so y'all can hear me. God first, family second. Everything else falls into place. So let's get this shit rocking and rolling. This is random. Seeing Big U was hit with new charges. This nigga tried to, if you don't know who Big U is the leader of the Rolling 60s Crips, which is like the biggest gang in LA. Anyways, long story short, this nigga is the leader. And not the self-proclaimed leader, like nigga, the leader. So anyways, Big U, there we go. Big U apparently tried to pay someone to go after a witness while he was locked up. He had Big U Enterprises. He took donations for his nonprofit and ended up using them for himself. That's one of the charges he is allegedly, that's one of the crimes he was allegedly going to be charged with. With this new charge, he now has 50 counts against him. So that's crazy. Like, he's got, like, I don't know if mobsters, like, I don't know if John Gotti had 50 counts against him. You know what I'm saying? But Big U has been actively in a leader position, they say, since, like, I don't know, what, the 80s, 90s or some shit. So that's, like, what, 30, 40 years? That's just fucking straight banging and shit. So, anyways, I'm not a gangbanger, so I don't get involved in that kind of shit. But I did see some things on it, so I thought I would say something about it. Now, I will say this, Big U does a lot of good in the hood. That it seems like they want to focus on the bullshit, murders and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. But they hit him with a RICO indictment, which is, they made that shit for the mob so they could get, like, the dudes at the top. So they say that he is running a criminal enterprise. So with that being said, Big U Enterprises was taking donations. It's a non-profit. He took that money from the non-profit and put this shit straight in his account or whatever, used it for himself is what they're saying. Shit's crazy. 50 counts, bro. 50 counts is like fucking what? Nigga, what? 50 counts? Like, bro, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy. So, yeah, that's definitely wild. But, they say you were innocent until proven guilty. But with today's world, and I don't even know with just today's world, especially with social media and shit, but, like, even back in the day, like, nigga, you're guilty until proven innocent. I don't care what nobody say. That's just what it is. So, Big U's gonna try to prove his innocence. He's gonna try to do the damn thing. I think they have it in, like, paperwork, though. You know what I mean? I don't really know. I'm just going off what I've seen like everybody else. He had Big U Enterprises. Now, this isn't paperwork. He took donations for his nonprofit organization and then used them for himself, which turns the nonprofit into a profit organization. Which you get all the nonprofit perks and all that shit. So once you take it and donate it to your personal account, you just, that's the act of, like, the crime, that right there. So yeah, that's crazy. He now has 50 counts with new charges. 50. I don't even know if, like, John Gotti and, like, the fucking big mob bosses have 50 charges, like 50 counts. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's kind of crazy. But they say Big U's been in charge for, since the 80s, the 90s, you know what I'm saying? 30, 40 years. So there ain't no telling. But, I think he's cooked personally. But who knows? Only time will tell. You feel me? So, yeah, man. Big U. That's crazy. So what's going on in life, man? You know what I'm saying? How's life going for everybody? I hope everybody's having a blessed day. I hope everybody's blessed. I hope you put God first, family second, and realize everything else will fall into place, and that's real talk. You know what I'm saying? We going through a situation, and if you know us, then you know what I'm saying. But we going through a situation where we had to let go and let God. Like we had to. Like we tried every way to control the narrative and this and that and blah blah blah. And we were so worried about just everything. And like days I would lose my faith, my old lady would have hers. Days we would both lose our faith. Our child, our oldest, would have his. So it's like, you know, things like that. Like you pick each other up and shit. But most definitely, like you gotta keep the faith. You know what I mean? And like praying for something and not getting it right away, and then like having to do your part on it and like having to do your footwork. You go halfway and God meets you the other half. So it's like once you get what you prayed for after putting in the work, it makes you value it more. It makes you that much more grateful, which I think, you know, situation we're going through as a family, for me to really open my eyes and realize like, yo, most things really ain't that serious. Real talk, they're not. Every day's a blessing, and you got to remember that. You can't take life for granted. Hug your loved ones, call them, check on them, tell them you love them. If you got to tell them, if you got to call them to tell them you miss them, go see them. You know what I mean? You know, if you're able, of course. You know, we got to be logical here. But yeah, man, you know, and then parenthood, like that. Well, let's switch over to that. Parenthood in itself is like super tricky. You got some little U's watching your every move, so you gotta lead by example, and that, my friend, is a hard motherfucking thing to do. I got two cameras going here, so I'm trying to hit both of them, but bruh, leading by example is a hard thing, bro. You just gotta do it. You know what I mean? Especially when you realize you got your kids watching. It's like, bruh, because there's a lot of motherfuckers I just want to look at and be like, yo, shut the fuck up. But I can't. Because, like, it's going to make especially my oldest, he's 17, so he's, like, super impressionable. You know, he's about to be grown, 18, you know, and all that shit. Like, he's going to, like, if I show him that, he's going to think it's okay. Especially going, like, straight into, like, you know, adulthood and shit. Like, we can't have that. Like, no, he knows, and he knows me. Like, I'm the type, I'll lead by example, so... Nah, like he knows I'm not really, I try not to be hypocritical with him. Like I don't really jump on for too many things, because I get it. I was 17 going on 18 at once, and I was wild as fuck, so I get it. Like my kid's an angel compared to how it was, but at the same time, like he's still a 17-year-old boy, you feel me? So parenthood's tricky. And then, you know, I got an 8-year-old that he's like my twin. That's my, I love you, little nigga. I do. I love you, boy. And then my 2-year-old, he's the one that tries me, keeps me on my toes, and bullies me all at the same time. I swear. Parenthood is beautiful. And then when you get to see the mother of your children just like be a mother in her element, like it makes me respect my old lady that much more, because like I'll just sit across the room and I'll just be watching them, and I know they all be like, yo, what's he looking at, creeping ass nigga. Like it's not even that. I'm just like, yo, I just enjoy watching it because you're genuinely a good parent, you know what I mean? So I love to see the love and the bond. That's what I love, like to see the bond more than anything, I think, you know what I mean? That's always dope. So yeah, man, for sure. You know, you gotta respect your other half. Gotta put that pride aside in them relationships, you know what I mean? As a man, I'll be the first one to tell you, I ain't gonna sit here and cap like I'm just Mr. Got it figured out, because my old lady will bust through at my fucking door. She hear me cap and be like, yo, like, she knows I keep it a buck. Like I've done plenty of shit in my relationship to piss my old lady off, but at the end of the day, there's those boundaries and there's there's that respect. So like if she asks me not to do something that I want to do, if I genuinely want to do it, I'm gonna be like, yo, like let's have a talk and like let's figure out why you don't want me to do it, and if I feel that it's logical enough, like, you know, like whatever, say the word and it's done, whatever, I got you. Because at the end of the day, that's who I'm riding with, right? If it's on some power trip type shit, I'm like, all right, hold on, what? But if it's like genuine, like a genuine concern, then I'm like, okay, you know, I'll hear it out. There's a lot of times where I'll put my pride aside, and I'm like, I don't mind putting my pride aside, because I used to, when I still had like the view that it was gonna, like that it was all about me. But again, I don't want to act like I'm Mr. Got It Figured Out, but like I have children watching me, and like it took me a long time to realize like they're watching, closely watching, you know what I'm saying? Like you always know they're watching you, but like you don't realize how close. And then like when you see certain little behaviors and shit that you don't agree with, and then you start asking where they got it from, and then you're like, oh shit, nigga, that comes from yours truly, you know what I'm saying? So respect your other half, man. Like you gotta, like you got to, like, and you do it one because it's the right thing to do, but also you got your kids watching. Like you ain't gonna disrespect you know what I'm saying, your child's mother in front of your children. Like that's crazy. And if you are, shame on you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I try to be a good dude. I feel like I am, because I used to be a really shitty person. You know what I mean? I used to be a whole different Noble, and I'm not that person no more. So I feel like, I don't know, like I could say I was a shitty individual, so I know what it is to be a good individual, because I was a shitty individual. I know I don't do those things that made me a shitty person anymore. So yeah, man, this is dope. I'm loving the podcast shit. I'm loving it, dude. I'm trying to get to where I do it more and more and more, like where I get one out a day, but you know, we're doing what we can right now. Appalachia high school shooting, the kid that did that, he got sentenced to whatever. But they gave his dad 15 years for gifting him the gun for Christmas that would later be used in the school shooting. And at first when I heard that, I was like, damn, that's super fucked up. Like, that's shitty, you know what I'm saying? But then I realized they said that he, and this is all like, you know, opinionated, but the prosecutor said he acted with criminal negligence because he ignored warning signs about his son's deteriorating mental health by leaving the AR style rifle accessible, noticing that he had some like shit going on, and by leaving it accessible, they said he was criminally negligent. So they found a way to blame the dad, and they gave him 15 years. Now, I'm not saying like you don't need to ask questions and yada yada. That's not what I'm saying. But 15 years for what his son did, and his son's, I get it, he's a kid, he's a teenager, but he's also about to be a young man, so he had his own thoughts forming and da-da-da. Like, I don't know what's going on there. I'm not a child psychiatrist and so on and so forth. But, I mean, nigga, 15 years? God. So, yeah, that's kind of crazy. If you got thoughts on that, drop them in the comments. I think it's a sad situation. RIP to all the lives lost, for sure, for sure. Yeah, man, Shooting the Shit podcast, we up and running, man. I'm loving this shit, for sure, for sure. Shout out to Recito, man. We got a segment we're gonna do later. We got some real good subjects coming up, for sure, for sure. There's some shit going on. We from Tennessee. Everybody knows I holler at shit on the track. Marble City, baby. A65, Knoxville, Tennessee. Marble City. Stand up. We in this bitch. A65-423. That's out now. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so, you know, KPD, they got some shit going on down there. And y'all just stay tuned. We finna bring y'all a fucking story, bro. That shit crazy. Corrupt cops and the whole motherfucking nine, bro. It's coming, man. But I appreciate y'all coming to chop it with me. NOB, chopping it with NOB. I'm your host, NOB. I appreciate y'all fucking with me, man. That's dope. That's love. Y'all keep fucking with us. STS podcast. We appreciate y'all. Yup.